Hello, my dear brothers and sisters in Christ. This is Shiny with Jesus Bytes, and welcome back on our journey of exploring the Bible together. We will continue with the book of Numbers, covering chapters 26 through 30 today. The second census. After the plague, the Lord said to Moses and Eleazar, son of Aaron the priest, "Take a census of the entire Israelite community by their ancestral houses, of those 20 years old or more who can serve in Israel's army." So Moses and Eleazar, the priest, said to them, in the plains of Moab, by the Jordan, across from Jericho, "Take a census of those 20 years old or more, as the Lord has commanded Moses and the Israelites who came out of the land of Egypt." Reuben was the firstborn of Israel. Reuben's descendants: the Hanoshite, clan from Hanoch; the Paluite, clan from Palu; the Hezronite, clan from Hezron; the Carmite clan from Carmi. These were the Reubenite clans, and their registered men numbered 43,730. The son of Palu was Eliab. The sons of Eliab were Nemuel, Dathan, and Abiram. It was Dathan and Abiram, chosen by the community, who fought against Moses and Aaron. They and Korah's followers fought against the Lord. The earth opened its mouth and swallowed them with Korah when his followers died, and the fire consumed 250 men. They serve as a warning sign. The sons of Korah, however, did not die. Simeon's descendants by their clans: the Nemuelite clan from Nemuel; the Jaminite clan from Jamin; the Jashenite clan from Jashin; the Zerahite clan from Zerah; the Shaulite clan from Shaul. These were the Simeonite clans, numbering 22,200 men. Gad's descendants by their clans: the Zephonite clan from Zephon; the Haggite clan from Haggai; the Shawnite clan from Shoni; the Oznite clan from Ozni; the Erite clan from Eri; the Arodite clan from Arod; the Erelite clan from Ereli. These were the Gadite clans, numbered by their registered men 40,500. Judah's sons included Er and Onan, but they died in the land of Canaan. Judah's descendants by their clans: the Shalonite clan from Shelah; the Perizzite clan from Perez; the Zerahite clan from Zerah; the descendants of Perez; the Hezronite clan from Hezron; the Hamulite clan from Hamul. These were Judah's clans, numbered by the registered men 76,500. Ishkar's descendants by their clans: the Toalite clan from Tola, the Punite clan from Puva, the Jozabite clan from Jashub, the Shimronite clan from Shimron. These were Ishkar's clans, numbered by their registered men, 64,300. Zebulun's descendants by their clans: the Serodite clan from Sered, the Elonite clan from Elon, the Jahlelite clan from Jahleel. These were the Zebulunite clans, numbered by their registered men, 60,500. Joseph's descendants by their clans from Manasseh and Ephraim. Manasseh's descendants: the Machirite clan from Machir. Machir fathered Gilead, the Gileadite clan from Gilead. These were Gilead's descendants. The Lazarite clan from Lazar, the Helekite clan from Helek, the Asrielite clan from Asriel, the Shechemite clan from Shechem, the Shemidite clan from Shemida, the Hepherite clan from Hepher. Zelophehad, son of Hepher, had no sons, only daughters. The names of Zelophehad's daughters were Mahlah, Noah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. These were Manasseh's clans, numbered by their registered men, 52,700. These were Ephraim's descendants by their clans: the Shithelahite clan from Shithelah, the Becherite clan from Becher, the Tahanite clan from Tahan. These were Shithelah's descendants: the Iranite clan from Iran. These were the Ephraimite clans, numbered by their registered men, 32,500. These were Joseph's descendants by their clans. Benjamin's descendants by their clans: the Belite clan from Bela, the Ashbelite clan from Ashbel, the Ahiramite clan from Ahiram, the Shuphamite clan from Shupham, the Huphamite clan from Hupham, Bela's descendants from Ard and Naaman, the Ardite clan from Ard, the Naamite clan from Naaman. These were the Benjaminite clans, numbered by their registered men, 45,600. These were Dan's descendants by their clans: the Shuhamite clan from Shuham. These were the clans of Dan by their clans. All Shuhamite clans, numbered by their registered men, were 64,400. Asher's descendants by their clans: the Imnite clan from Imnah, the Ishvite clan from Ishvi, the Berite clan from Beriah, From Beriah's descendants, the Heberite clan from Heber, the Malchilite clan from Malchiel, and the name of Asher's daughter was Sarah. These were the Asherite clans, numbered by their registered men, 53,400. Naphtali's descendants by their clans: the Jahashilite clan from Jahzeel, the Gunite clan from Guni, the Jezreelite clan from Jezer, the Shilamite clan from Shalem. These were the Naphtali clans numbered by their registered men, 45,400. These registered Israelite men numbered 601,730. The Lord spoke to Moses, "The land is to be divided among them as an inheritance based on their number of names. Increase the inheritance for a large tribe and decrease it for a small one. Each is to be given its inheritance according to those who were registered in it. The land must be divided by lot. They will receive an inheritance according to the names of their ancestral tribes. Each inheritance will be divided by lot among the larger and smaller tribes." These were the Levites registered by their clans: the Gershonite clan from Gershon, the Kohathite clan from Kohath, the Merarite clan from Merari. These were the Levite family groups: the Libnite clan, the Hebronite clan, the Mahalite clan, the Mushite clan, and the Korahite clan. Kohath was the ancestor of Amram. The name of Amram's wife was Jochebed, a descendant of Levi, born to Levi in Egypt. She bore to Amram Aaron, Moses, and their sister Miriam. Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar were born to Aaron. But Nadab and Abihu died when they presented unauthorized fire before the Lord. Those registered were 23,000, every male 1 month old or more. They were not registered among the other Israelites because no inheritance was given to them among the Israelites. These were the ones registered by Moses and Eleazar the priest when they registered the Israelites on the plains of Moab by the Jordan across from Jericho. But among them there was not one of those who had been registered by Moses and Aaron the priest when they registered the Israelites in the wilderness of Sinai. For the Lord had said to them that they would all die in the wilderness. None of them was left except Caleb, son of Jephunneh, and Joshua, son of Nun. A case of daughters' inheritance. Chapter 27. The daughters of Zelophehad approached. Zelophehad was the son of Hepher, son of Gilead, son of Machir, son of Manasseh, from the clans of Manasseh, the son of Joseph. These were the names of his daughters: Mahlah, Noah, Hoglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. They stood before Moses Eleazar the priest, the leaders, and the entire community at the entrance to the tent of meeting, and said, "Our father died in the wilderness, but he was not among Korah's followers, who gathered together against the Lord. Instead, he died because of his own sins, and he had no sons. Why should the name of a father be taken away from the clan? Since he had no son, give us property among our father's brothers." Moses brought their case before the Lord, and the Lord answered him, "What Zelophehad's daughters say is correct. You are to give them hereditary property among their father's brothers and transfer their father's inheritance to them. Tell the Israelites, when a man dies without having a son, transfer his inheritance to his daughter. If he has no daughter, give his inheritance to his brothers. If he has no brothers, give his inheritance to his father's brothers. If his father has no inheritance, no brothers, give his inheritance to the nearest relative of the clan, and he will take possession of it. This is to be a statutory ordinance for the Israelites, as the Lord commanded Moses." Joshua commissioned to succeed Moses. Then the Lord said to Moses, "Go up this mountain of the Abarim range and see the land that I have given the Israelites. After you have seen it, you will also be gathered to your people, as Aaron your brother was. When the community quarreled in the wilderness of Zin, both of you rebelled against my command to show my holiness in their sight at the waters. Those were the waters of Meribah, of Kadesh, in the wilderness of Zin." So Moses appealed to the Lord, "May the Lord, the God of the spirits of all flesh, appoint a man over the community, who will go before them and come back in before them, and who will bring them out and bring them in, so that the Lord's community won't be like sheep without a shepherd." The Lord replied to Moses, "Take Joshua, son of Nun, a man who has the Spirit in him, and lay your hands on him. Have him stand before Eleazar the priest and the whole community, and commission him in their sight. Confer some of your authority on him, so that the entire Israelite community will obey him. He will stand before Eleazar, who will consult the Lord for him with the decision of the Urim. He and all the Israelites with him, even the entire community, will go out and come back in at his command." Moses did as the Lord commanded him. He took Joshua, had him stand before Eleazar the priest and the entire community, laid his hands on him, and commissioned him, as the Lord has spoken through Moses. Prescribed Offerings, Chapter 28. The Lord spoke to Moses, "Command the Israelites and say to them, Be sure to present to me at its appointed time my offering, and my food as my fire offering, a pleasing aroma to me, and say to them, This is the fire offering you are to present to the Lord. Daily offerings. Each day, present 2 unblemished year-old male lambs as a regular burnt offering. Offer 1 lamb in the morning and the other lamb at twilight, along with 2 quarts of fine flour for a grain offering mixed with a quart of beaten olive oil. It is a regular burnt offering established at Mount Sinai for a pleasing aroma, a fire offering to the Lord. The drink offering is to be a quart with each lamb. Pour out the offering of beer to the Lord in the sanctuary area. Offer the second lamb at twilight, along with the same kind of grain offering and drink offering as in the morning. It is a fire offering, a pleasing aroma to the Lord. Sabbath offerings. On the Sabbath day, present 2 unblemished year-old male lambs, 4 quarts of fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering, and its drink offering. It is a burnt offering for every Sabbath, in addition to the regular burnt offering and its drink offering. Monthly offerings. At the beginning of each of your months, present a burnt offering to the Lord. 2 young bulls, 1 ram, 7 male lambs a year old, all unblemished, with 6 quarts of fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering for each bull, 4 quarts of fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering for the ram, and 2 quarts of fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering for each lamb. It is a burnt offering, a pleasing aroma, a fire offering to the Lord. The drink offerings are to be 2 quarts of wine with each bull, 1 1/3 quarts with the ram, and 1 quart with each male lamb. This is the monthly burnt offering for all the months of the year. And 1 male goat is to be offered as a sin offering to the Lord, in addition to the regular burnt offering with its drink offering. Offerings for Passover. The Passover to the Lord comes in the first month. On the 14th day of the month, on the 15th day of this month, there will be a festival. Unleavened bread is to be eaten for 7 days. On the first day there is to be a sacred assembly. You are not to do any daily work. Present a fire offering, a burnt offering to the Lord, 2 young bulls, 1 ram, and 7 male lambs a year old. Your animals are to be unblemished. The grain offering with them is to be of fine flour mixed with oil. Offer 6 quarts with each bull and 4 quarts with the ram. Offer 2 quarts with each of the 7 lambs, and 1 male goat for a sin offering to make atonement for yourselves. Offer these with the morning burnt offering that is a part of the regular burnt offering. You are to offer the same food each day for 7 days as a fire offering, a pleasing aroma to the Lord. It is to be offered with a drink offering and a regular burnt offering. On the 7th day, you are to hold a sacred assembly. You are not to do any daily work. Offerings for the Festival of Weeks. On the day of the first fruits, you are to hold a sacred assembly when you present an offering of new grain to the Lord at your Festival of Weeks. You are not to do any daily work. Present a burnt offering for a pleasing aroma to the Lord. 2 young bulls, 1 ram, and 7 male lambs a year old, with their grain offering of fine flour mixed with oil, 6 quarts with each bull, 4 quarts with the ram, and 2 quarts with each of the 7 lambs, and 1 male goat to make atonement for yourselves. Offer them with your drink offerings, in addition to the regular burnt offering and its grain offering. Your animals are to be unblemished. New Year's Day Offerings, Chapter 29. You are to hold a sacred assembly in the 7th month. On the 1st day of the month, you are not to do any daily work. This will be a day of jubilation for you. Offer a burnt offering as a pleasing aroma to the Lord. 1 young bull, 1 ram, 7 male lambs a year old, all unblemished, with their grain offering of fine flour mixed with oil, 6 quarts with the bull, 4 quarts with the ram, and 2 quarts with each of the 7 male lambs. Also offer a male goat as a sin offering to make atonement for yourselves. These are in addition to the monthly and regular burnt offerings, with their grain offerings and drink offerings. These are a pleasing aroma, a fire offering to the Lord. Offerings for the Day of Atonement. You are to hold a sacred assembly on the 10th day of the 7th month and practice self-denial. You must not do any work. Present a burnt offering to the Lord, a pleasing aroma, 1 young bull, 1 ram, and 7 male lambs a year old. All your animals are to be unblemished. Their grain offerings to be fine flour mixed with oil, 6 quarts with the bull, 4 quarts with the ram, and 2 quarts with each of the 7 lambs. Offer 1 male goat as a sin offering, the regular burnt offering with its grain offering and drink offering are in addition to the sin offering of atonement. Offerings for the festivals of booths. You are to hold a sacred assembly on the 15th day of the 7th month. You must not do any daily work. You are to celebrate a 7-day festival for the Lord. Present a burnt offering, a fire offering as a pleasing aroma to the Lord. 13 young bulls, 2 rams, and 14 male lambs a year old. They are to be unblemished. Their grain offerings is to be fine flour mixed with oil, 6 quarts with each of the 13 bulls, 4 quarts with each of the 2 rams, and 2 quarts with each of the 14 lambs. Also offer 1 male goat as a sin offering. These are in addition to the regular burnt offering with its grain and drink offerings. On the 2nd day present 12 young bulls, 2 rams, and 14 male lambs a year old, all unblemished, with their grain and drink offerings for the bulls, rams, and lambs, in proportion to their number. Also offer 1 male goat as a sin offering. These are in addition to the regular burnt offering with its grain and drink offerings. On the 3rd day present 11 bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs a year old, all unblemished, with their grain and drink offerings for the bulls, rams, and lambs, in proportion to their number. Also offer 1 male goat as a sin offering. These are in addition to the regular burnt offering with its grain and drink offerings. On the 14th day present 10 bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs a year old, all unblemished, with their grain and drink offerings for the bulls, rams, and lambs, in proportion to their number. Also offer 1 male goat as a sin offering. These are in addition to the regular burnt offerings with its grain and drink offerings. On the 5th day present 9 bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs a year old, all unblemished, with their grain and drink offerings for the bulls, rams, and lambs, in proportion to their number. Also offer 1 male goat as a sin offering. These are in addition to the regular burnt offering with its grain and drink offerings. On the 6th day present 8 bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs a year old, all unblemished, with their grain and drink offerings for the bulls, rams, and lambs, in proportion to their number. Also offer 1 male goat as a sin offering. These are in addition to the regular burnt offering with its grain and drink offerings. On the 7th day, present 7 bulls, 2 rams, and 14 male lambs a year old, all unblemished, with their grain and drink offerings for the bulls, rams, and lambs, in proportion to their number. Also offer 1 male goat as a sin offering. These are in addition to the regular burnt offering with its grain and drink offerings. On the 8th day, you are to hold a solemn assembly. You are not to do any daily work. Present a burnt offering, a fire offering as a pleasing aroma to the Lord, 1 bull, 1 ram, 7 male lambs a year old, all unblemished, with their grain and drink offerings for the bulls, rams, and lambs, in proportion to their number. Also offer 1 male goat as a sin offering. These are in addition to the regular burnt offerings with its grain and drink offerings. You must offer these to the Lord at your appointed times, in addition to your vow and freewill offerings, whether burnt, grain, drink, or fellowship offerings. So Moses told the Israelites everything the Lord had commanded him. Regulations about vows. Chapter 30. Moses told the leaders of the Israelite tribes, "This is what the Lord has commanded. When a man makes a vow to the Lord or swears an oath to put himself under an obligation, he must not break his word. He must do whatever he has promised. When a woman in her father's house, during her youth, makes a vow to the Lord or puts herself under an obligation, and her father hears about her vow or the obligation she put herself under, and he says nothing to her, all her vows and every obligation she puts herself under her binding. But if a father prohibits her on the day he hears about it, none of her vows and none of the obligations she put herself under are binding. The Lord will absolve her because her father has prohibited her. If a woman marries while her vows or the rash commitment she herself made are binding, and a husband hears about it and says nothing to her when he finds out, her vows are binding, and the obligations she put herself under are binding. But if her husband prohibits her when he hears about it, he will cancel the vow that is binding or the rash commitment she herself made, and the Lord will forgive her. Any vow a widow or divorcee put herself under is binding on her. If a woman in her husband's house has made a vow or put herself under an obligation with an oath, and a husband hears about it, says nothing to her, and does not prohibit her, all her vows are binding, and every obligation she put herself under is binding. But if a husband cancels them on the day he hears about it, nothing that came from her lips, whether her vows or her obligation, is binding. Her husband has cancelled them, and the Lord will absolve her. Her husband may confirm or cancel any vow or any sworn obligation to deny herself. If her husband says nothing at all to her from day to day, he confirms all her vows and obligations which are binding. He has confirmed them because he has said nothing to her when he heard about them. But if he cancels them after he hears about them, he will be responsible for her commitment. These are the statutes that the Lord commanded Moses concerning the relationship between a man and his wife, or between a father and his daughter in his house during her youth. The word of the Lord. Have a blessed day. Ciao.